Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swagglehos. ASM 300. Spider-Man 7. First appearance of Spider-Boy. I was just thinking, what if we did a Spider-Boy homage of ASM 300? Put the books together. That would be the greatest comic book cover homage in the history of Spider-Boy comic homages within the last week of comic book homages. That is right. You knew it was coming, guys. You knew it was coming. First appearance of Spider-Boy. How long was it going to take for us in the comic book market to do homages of every classic Spider-Man cover out there? Well, not long. Less than a week, in fact. It hasn't even been a week since Spider-Man 7 has been out as the #1 book. And here we are already making the second print effectively the #2 book in the market, if not the #1. Maybe this is going to be the #1. So in this video, we got to circle back and talk about Spider-Man 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy, do a little bit of a market check back in on what is going out. Since the last time we talked about it, a lot has happened in the course of this last weekend. And then we got to talk about what's going on with the second print and all of the homages that are already underway for that book. But before I get into it, if you guys could drop me a like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, help support the channel doing those things I would appreciate. But let's get into this video here today. Of course, I'm sure if you guys have been living under a rock, maybe you wouldn't know about Spider-Man #7, first appearance of Spider-Boy. But this book right here, the spoiler variant, has been the #1 book in the market over the course of the last 6 to 5 days or so, right? The #1 book, this is Cover Price's updated list. Obviously, you guys can see this one has been selling off the charts. Similarly, Spider-Man #2, this is the cover A, also taking the #2 spot. And like I discussed, last week on the live stream, they were already in talks to do the second print. And it's unbelievable what is actually happening right here when you look at the market. This book in the second print has been selling just as much as the first print, essentially. Like already pre-sale. A book that is not even coming out until May 17th, so 4 weeks from now, already selling packs of 10. I mean, look at this right here, $32, pack of 10. This one right here, another pack of 10, $84 with the 1 in 25 virgin variant. You just scroll down. I mean, look at how many sales there are for the second print. Look at these giant lots that are being sold too. I point this out to bring up one particular point, and that is there is going to be a lot of this book out there in the market. I mean, on the last stream we were talking about, what was, the ratio variance or how many copies were out there? Well, it was open order, which does explain why there are so many sales for this book out there in the market. If you're somebody like me that was thinking we were going to buy our second island next to our first island that we got with Darkhawk #1, we might be in for a rude awakening because there is going to be a lot of Spider-Boy books out there in the market. And with the creation of this second print, there's going to be a hell of a lot more. Now, there is the 1 in 25 variant, if you guys know about that one. The 1 in 25 variant is the virgin copy. And we're already seeing pre-sales for this, in the CGC 9.8, it's going for $160. That's a lot. 4 sold already, just from this pre-screen 9.8 eBay store right here. I haven't quite seen a volume of sales for a character or a book like this one in quite some time. I mean, I suppose, like we talked about last time, the Tosin Aduye one, but, you take in Spider-Man and you throw that into the mix. Spider-Man is going to be more popular than the Black Panther universe. And what's amazing to me is, the price points that we're seeing them at. I mean, look at this second print. This is going to be a 1 in 25 virgin for second print. You're seeing it outsell the first print right now, which I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, there's probably going to be less 1 in 25s out there, when it's all said and done. But based on what we're seeing right now, I mean, how many 1 in 25s are there going to be? I mean, this second print is open order as well. I mean, who knows how many 1 in 25s we might see out there in the open market. Now, if we look at Spider-Man 7, the first print, we can see that the price is holding pretty strong here at the $35 range. And the CGC 9.8s, similar to the second print 125 at the 155 level. But being that there is such a high volume, it is the #1 book, and the price is only still hovering around this $39 range, which again is, a decent amount of money, especially for a book selling at this time that, just came off the shelves. Just goes to show there is so much supply out there that, this is a book that I don't know what the chances for this thing to, reach, say, a $75 mark or say to reach, a $100 mark. It's going to be hard for this thing because there's just a constant new influx of inventory coming into eBay. So it's kind of equalizing, the prices at, all points where it's, basically it can't sell above the $40 price point. So you have to think that eventually it will slow down, and maybe this is going to be a book that kind of levels out around the $20 to $25 range. But one of the other things I really wanted to dig into with this video is talk about, yes, you knew that they were coming, the homage covers for Spider-Boy, the retailer variants. Of course, this one right here, the ASM 300 cover homage. And we also have, of course, Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane cover homage coming as well. And what do you see with this one right here? Well, trade dress, 3,000 print run, Virgin variant, 1,000. Another 4,000 copies coming onto the market. 4,000 is a pretty decent amount for a retailer variant. I'm not exactly sure how many prints we're going to get for this one here as well. But, it just kind of goes into this thing where, did we really need these? Did we really need these? I realize that there's going to be a lot of you guys out there that like these covers that, I'm not here to say that you shouldn't buy them. I get it. People like their homages. People like their cover swipes. People are excited about Spider-Boy. And it was going to happen. At a certain point, Spider-Boy was going to get his 300 homage cover and his, Spider-Man 1 Todd McFarlane homage. It was going to happen. So I guess better to make it the homage coming off of his second print first appearance. I guess that is at least maybe somewhat cool if we're, into that sort of book. But I think I just kind of want to do a little old man yelling at cloud. Is that okay if I do that with you guys right now? Can we talk about this? Can we just have a little honest conversation with ourselves? Can we just talk about this? Look, again, let me preface. If you like the book, that's totally fine. You like the book. I'm not here to say you shouldn't like the book. But how many more ASM 300 homages do we need out there in the market? How many more derivative covers do we need? How many more derivative Spider-Verse characters do we need? It's farcical at this point, I feel like. I don't know how you guys feel out there. Maybe I'm just being an old man yelling at cloud, like I already said. But I guess I just get a little bit sad. When I think about the state of the comic book market, and I think, is this what it takes? Is this what it takes to get people out there to, spend money on comic books, to do homages and swipes and, first appearances of characters that are new characters that are basically just Spider-Man clones or, Black Panther clones? Like, is this just the state we're in, where I ladder it back to like, I did one kind of old man yelling at cloud rambly rant about, CGC signings and how that's going to generate, artists to be incentivized to just do cover signings instead of actually doing cover work. Just look at everything that's going on right now in the comic book market. Like, if you're an artist, you are just incentivized to just do homages all the time. Like, let's just crank up the member berries. Let's take a look at all the stuff that's going on. Let's just do a CG signing for my, whatever homage, and we'll just sell that at cons. Or we'll do, the throwback to whatever, the anniversary of this issue, and we'll just do that and we'll sell that, and we'll change the color this time. I just feel like this is kind of where we've come. Like, this is just where we are in the state of the industry. And all of this takes away the incentive for artists to work on new comics and new ideas and be incentivized to create sequential art, which is the thing that presumably we all fell in love with when we originally started, getting into comic books and enjoying this medium. And I think that's just kind of a shame. Now, again, people want to buy this stuff. There's a reason why there are so many homage covers out there. People like them, and I get it. And that's totally okay. If you like them, you like them. That's totally fine. Someone was going to make an homage cover, so it might as well have been whatever retailer store decided to do it, right? Like, someone was going to do it. Hell, Maybe I should have done it. We should have done it. Guys, should we do it? Incredible Hulk 340 homage of Spider-Boy? I'm just saying. It might sell a lot. But just because people buy it, just because it works, just because it's the most efficient thing to do to get the quickest sale out there in the industry, out there in the market, is it really the best thing for the hobby as a whole? Anyways, that's all I got for this video. That was me just kind of talking a little bit about the sales of the second print for Spider-Man 7. Going off the charts once again, pretty crazy. I mean, on the one hand, I am very, very happy and pleased to see that Spider-Man 7, a new comic book, is generating a lot of attention and hype. That is very, very good for the market. But on the other hand, it feels like we're using a lot of, tricks here to get and generate hype and sales. So I think that we could hopefully get to a place where the stories themselves are able to generate this, the original characters are able to generate this themselves, but we will certainly see. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll probably talk about the Ms. Marvel stuff tomorrow, or the Marvels or whatever. That's very interesting as well. Anyways, see y'all in the next video.